trying to remember how I think when I was painting this dude, I was just kind of like not doing it. I'm going to do it right now. I would just paint a big blue area, kind of roughly the shape of his body, and let it dry, and then kind of draw on top of that. To see, rather than like I used to kind of, you know, if I want to paint this in, it's going to be kind of like a coloring book style, filling in the lines and then redoing the lines that I accidentally went over. Yeah, this is my studio here in Parkdale in Toronto, Ontario. I'm Matt, and I illustrated this book here called The One About the Blackbird, written by Melanie Florence, and just got this copy today, so it's the first time I'm looking at it. Well, a couple minutes ago was, but yeah. So it's about a little kid and his grandpa, and like how they bond over a mutual love of music, and a love letter to a song in some ways, and in other ways it's, you know, just kind of like depicting this kinds of struggles and frustrations of trying to learn an instrument. And you know, it's this cool grandpa sort of fostering, being patient and fostering a love of music and a life with music. Yeah, I saved up about half the money needed for this guitar, which is a Rickenbacker, and I was going through the classified ads and found a secondhand one, and my mom went and bought it as a Christmas present. But I didn't know. She told me that it was sold to someone else, and I cried. She told me that it was sold, and but it was under the Christmas tree, like Christmas morning, and my brother's pal Dave, I remember, came over. Sloaney, who also had the same kind of guitar, came over and showed me how to play La Bamba. We thought Peter Bach was cool, and we're like, that kind of thing, and but not totally in tune, but a lot of making art for me is just keeping myself entertained, and if I'm enjoying what I'm doing, or you know, finding it funny or fun somehow, that's sort of the path to. I think that translates more than when I worry about whether it's going to be good or not. I have to sort of just have it be fun. It's some illustrations are really planned out, like, and I kind of can figure out in my head how I'm going to go about painting it. Other times I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm just like messing around until I find something, you know, making mistake after mistake after mistake until something looks cool. It's kind of hard to see, but the stripes on the wallpaper there is like masking tape that I painted yellow, and then you know, the grandpa and the kid are painted on a board. Digitally cut them out. Sometimes I physically cut them out. You know, this way I can kind of like set it up and see like, what, you know, how it's gonna look. I do a lot of that, and then a lot of, you know, I don't know what's in here. Lots of failing. First off, I try to just have this an immediate reaction and just start drawing without thinking about it too much. Just because sometimes something cool come from that. Just, you know, I think it's good to brainstorm and work on ideas over and over and over, but sometimes the first idea can be the best one. Sometimes the 10th idea. I think it's a personal story to Melanie, but also to me. You know, my grandma played piano, my dad was a violin player, lots of music. I play guitar, and so it was an opportunity for me to sort of incorporate some stuff from my life into it, which I also, it tends to, you know, they say write what you know, draw what you know. So, you know, it's kind of my grandparents' rec room, sort of. Like, they had a black leather couch and they had wood paneling, and they didn't have like cool Beatles records. But they had, you know, didn't have much like contemporary music that I was into when I was a kid, my grandparents. They had like, well, like old time fiddle music. That's what my dad played. So like Don Messer's Jubilee, and lots of like Tear in Your Beer stuff, which I've come to love. I wasn't so hip to when I was a kid. I did a lot of the drawing on my iPad at first. I just kind of want to get the gist across. If anything, I want to have it be like emotional more than being technically, you know, well done. Still playing a band with the guys that I started playing with when I was 15. So it just made me approach the book with care and love. You know, I just wanted to do right by all the, you know, all the players. You know, to me, I'm thinking about, you know, I'm a dad, my own kids, my own self too, and my you know, it's like, it's kind of me, it's kind of my kids. So loving that character, thinking about my, you know, my dad. Neither my dad or my grandpa are around anymore. So, you know, those relationships, they were both such great guys, and so just sort of. But yeah, I don't know. I think it just, in terms of music, how did me being a musician sort of affect the book? I think it just made it feel important to me that I make something that felt true to my life and my pals.